What up? What up? Well, we have another dilemma. Now, folks are talking about this Dillian Whyte situation. And we heard what Bob Arum said from the get go. Bob Arum said from the get go that basically Dillian Whyte better play nice.
Fury looks around for an opponent. I talked to him today, and if Whyte is reasonable as far as his money, happy to fight him. If not, we'll fight Joe Joyce.
It's just kind of weird because, they were already on the path of trying to strong arm Dillian Whyte into, basically muscling him to taking, some weird odd percentage so they can just, on the cusp of, hey, we ain't got to fight you, or we drop the belt, or whatever the case may be. But I find it kind of weird that the last deal that Dillian Whyte had with the WBC basically stimulated that, the winner of Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury had 30 days to go to negotiations and come out with the outcome with Dillian Whyte or face the WBC stripping them butt ass naked. And so it doesn't seem like he has that right now. So it seems like, the WBC is allowing Tyson Fury once again to do whatever he wants to do. But I have a question for you guys. Should we have the same energy? Now, I'm not talking about his last dealings or the previous dealings or whatever. I'm talking about right now with Dillian Whyte. Right now, as we speak, it seems like Team Fury wants to give him 20%. And Bob Arum is basically saying that they can't make the fight because Dillian Whyte has went to arbitration with the WBC about that 20%. I don't see how an arbitration keeps getting out in the mix of stopping a fight. This is the second time with Dillian Whyte they have said something like this, which I think it is totally unfalse. I think it's false as fuck. I just think that they want to, this is their way of handling business. Instead of putting it on themselves, they put it on something else, which is the nature of the game. But still, I still think that people have to have the same energy. If people are out here saying that Crawford is not ducking for not taking 40%, well then Dillian Whyte is not ducking for not taking 20%. And it doesn't matter who's been paid what in the past or the significance amount of money to this fight and stuff like that. Does not fucking matter. What matters is now that the fight is not happening because of 20%. That basically means, Tyson Fury's side would get 80. And it's not none of our business, Some of you guys don't even want to see the fight anyways, but you're talking about the split because you think it's funny that he's been crying about X amount of days and stuff like that. But what you fail to realize is that Dillian Whyte is the only one that's really trying to take care of his business now. And he's looking like he's been following the Deontay Wilder blueprint. As far as keep not talking too much out there in the media, not doing all these interviews, not going back and forth for people on social media, i.e. Twitter, Instagram, and stuff like that. And he's been pretty taking care of his business in the courts and taking people to the arbitration mediation. He's been taking care of his business. And I think a lot of fighters should do the same. I mean, when y'all just talking about Devin Haney and his situation, when y'all just talking about Fox and his situation, it's like you got to start these cats gonna have to start taking these sectional bodies to the fucking court to get their shit done. I mean, you can't say Dillian Whyte is not following Deontay Wilder's footsteps because this is essentially what he does. He takes care of his business and don't have to say much. But, I don't see anybody asking about where's Dillian Whyte in his interviews and where is he at? Is he hiding? I don't hear about people wonder about his arbitration, the court case with the WBC. I don't hear them talking about that shit, right? Not a peep. Not a peep out of nobody. All these so-called woe is me, bless you, woe is me, sports personalities on YouTube that was getting paid by doing all these interviews. They're not talking about it. Then they're talking about where's Coogan Cassius or whatever his name is with these Dillian Whyte interviews. He did a lot of them, right? Right? Where he at now? Nowhere to be found, right? I mean, you can hate my opinion or whatever, but like I said, you know, I don't see this ducking, not wanting to take 20%. I don't see this, especially if it's gonna happen in the UK. You know, I don't see this ducking. You know what? They probably should change that fucking rule for the purse splits and all that shit and to that 20%. That's, you know, a lot of these cats ain't getting paid already, man. So I think they should change that shit. And I think it should be at least 60-40 or 50-50, something like that. Like, it doesn't matter. You letting it go to a purse bid and you got all that money. I mean, sucks to be you, right? And it's supposed to be designed to get the fighters the most money. But obviously, in this case, it doesn't give Dillian Whyte the most money, not for 20%. I mean, let's face it. You know, I'm pretty sure he got paid more than $5 million his last fight. But that's none of my business. That's just speculation. But still, come on, man. That's a big ass fight in the UK. They had the lockdown. The lockdown's over. It'll be Tyson Fury's homecoming fight since he got booted out of the sport for drugs. And then they're talking about the Saudi Arabia stuff. So if it goes to Saudi Arabia, come on, bruh. I mean, you got somebody footing the bill and all that stuff, like Edward Hearn and them like to say. You know what I'm saying? They give these fighters money up front, right? 35 million is all this shit, 50 million, whatever, upwards, you know, whatever the case may be. But you got to keep that same motherfucking energy. I don't see it as ducking. You know, the man thinks that he's worth more than 20%, and I can't blame him. Straight up. Like I said, you guys can talk about all that. Oh, well, he said this in the past. He said that in the past. But we talking about this fight and this fight right here now. You know what I'm saying? And you can take it how you want to with that, man. But I'm not about to sit up over here with that clown shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how I kind of see it. You know? Then say Crawford is ducking. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't see it as him ducking. Because if you don't want to take it, you don't want to take it. Like, you can't force just because you want to fight, don't mean you can force a split on somebody. It's like, well, you say you want to fight this bad. Well, you got to take this or you duck it. It don't work like that, you fucking clowns. But anyways, shout outs to the LDBC and everybody stay sucker free.